Loneliness isn't just something that happens to you. Sometimes you choose it. Not because you actually want to be alone, but because being close to people feels more dangerous than being distant. And nobody ever tells you how heavy that choice becomes. This is Facing Loneliness: Why We Choose to Feel Alone. Most people think loneliness is about not having people around you, but the truth? Loneliness is an emotional shield. It's what happens when your heart learned, somewhere in the past, that connection always comes with a price. Maybe it was betrayal, maybe it was judgment, maybe it was just feeling like a burden. So you learned to stay quiet. You learned to stay guarded. You built walls to protect yourself. And slowly, what once felt like safety becomes a cage. Loneliness doesn't always hit when you're physically alone. In fact, its most painful moments often happen when you're in a room full of people, laughing and talking, and you still feel like nobody truly sees you. It hits when someone asks, "Are you okay?" And your mind immediately jumps to a bigger question. If I tell you the truth, will you stay, or will you leave like everyone else? The risk feels too great, so you just smile and say, "I'm fine," and the distance grows a little wider. We don't choose loneliness consciously. We would never say, "I want to feel isolated." Instead, we choose control. Loneliness becomes this predictable space where you can't be rejected, can't be misunderstood, can't be disappointed. It's a fortress you've built where nothing can hurt you. But here's the twist, the part your mind avoids admitting. Inside that fortress, you also can't be loved. You can't be held. You can't be truly known. And that's the silent, aching cost of your safety. You built this fortress out of fear, but you're the one trapped inside. One day, I had this really uncomfortable realization. I wasn't lonely because people didn't care about me. I was lonely because I didn't let them. I was the gatekeeper to my own heart. I filtered myself constantly. I downplayed my feelings, turning deep sadness into "I'm just tired." I hid the parts of me that needed help the most, worried they were too much, too messy. And you can't feel connected to others when the version of yourself you show the world isn't even the real you. You're hiding in plain sight. This is why the opposite of loneliness isn't just being surrounded by people. It's being emotionally available, first and foremost, to yourself. It's giving yourself permission to feel what you feel without judgment. It's allowing your truth to exist, even if it's inconvenient or painful. It's finally taking a deep breath and telling someone you trust, "Actually, I'm struggling right now," and then letting the silence that follows fill with honesty instead of fear. Real connection doesn't happen by chance. It starts with permission, the permission you grant yourself to be seen. When I finally turned around and faced my own loneliness, I realized it wasn't a monster asking to be slain. It wasn't a problem asking to be fixed. It was a part of me, a younger, more vulnerable part, that was asking to be understood. It was the echo of every time I felt abandoned or unseen, and it just needed someone, even if that someone was me, to finally stop, listen, and say, "I hear you. I see you. You don't have to carry this alone anymore." So if you've been feeling lonely, not because you want to be alone, but because connection feels unsafe, I see you. And let me tell you, you are not broken for protecting yourself. You did what you had to do to survive. But you deserve so much more than just survival. You deserve connection. You deserve understanding. You deserve to feel safe enough to be yourself. If this spoke to you, if these words feel like your own, then stay here with me. I make videos for people who feel deeply, who think too much, who often hide their pain behind a mask of strength. Together, we're building a place where real stories matter, where you don't have to pretend. Subscribe if you want more, and I'll see you in the next one.